we have those
No
minutes.
problem. Right,
They're very clear.
now we're on item number 27. Mr. Schwartz, sorry you had to wait so long. Thank you for your patience. Because you had your patience so long, I'm going to give you a little bit of time.
Thank you, Mayor. I stand before you as the chair of the city's Economic Development Board, and I'd like to recognize two of my members who are still in attendance with me this evening after the last 5 or so hours, Member Herb Vargas and Member Lou Manfra. We are excited to bring forward this report to you this evening, but for the purpose of a little bit of background, please bear with me so I can go ahead and bring the public who still may be watching as far as the reason why we're here. The Economic Development Board in August of 2010 held a panel discussion with property managers throughout the city. The Economic Development Board asked the panelists a series of questions pertaining to the current market conditions, business recruitment and retention, the perception of Pembroke Pines from the business community, and what the city could do to be more business friendly. Well, we heard many different things from the panelists, everywhere from signage to time frame, which there was a lengthy discussion this evening about time frame and process, landscaping, as well as parking codes and standards. What did we do? We spoke with several boards, Landscape Advisory Board, Planning and Zoning. We had some input from our Calvin Diodrano, the building officials for the city of Pembroke Pines. Now, what I would like to speak to you this evening about is what our recommendations are. It's very important that the residents understand that the Economic Development Board has a mission statement, goals, and objectives that carefully balance the needs of businesses and the needs of residents. And neither one of them can be compromised. On both sides have to be equal. And in conjunction with our mission statement and goals, and based on the information collected from the guest speakers that spoke before the EDB, the board recommends the following to the City Commission for review: the following concepts to promote a healthier climate for existing and future businesses for our city. The number one thing is focusing on customer service. Now, customer service goes beyond the business model, the business's model. It's the residents' model as well. One of the things with respect to the business is to create a flow chart and or master phone list for people looking to open a business in Pembroke Pines. Something that the chamber is behind, educating businesses as much as possible. Staff receives calls on a daily basis. Hey, I want to open up a business here in the city. What do we do? We're recommending that we provide the staff member that's versed in each aspect of the development process in order to go ahead and assist these new businesses. Number two, technology enhancements. We are now entering the age of we have to get beyond the answer machines. We owe it to our residents when they call the main number to our city that they are able to be connected from one department to another without being told, hang up, but before you hang up, here's the phone number that you have to call in order to get to a certain department. These are areas that there are some challenges with our privatized building department and perhaps the contract that they have. But one of the things from an economic development standpoint that we saw was the City of Hollywood, the City of Fort Lauderdale do a phenomenal job with web access and information. This is one area that our city is currently lacking. The other thing is with respect to the building department, and when you make the phone call, let me use this as an example. You're a CEO opening up one of your franchises, but your national headquarters is in Pittsburgh. You call the City of Pembroke Pines to find out about store 123 opening up in Pembroke Pines, and what do you get? Please leave your name and phone number, and one of us will get back to you as soon as possible. It's unacceptable in this day and age not to have a live person. But then you have to say to yourself, well, how do we juggle the task of, do we want someone to be waiting by the phone for the phone to ring? That's what virtual technology is about, having a virtual, I saw earlier today, virtual technology, virtual assistants. What's happening with our inspectors after they're done for the day? Say maybe 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock. Should they be the one answering the phone? And let me explain to you how we felt as a board would be the best way possible. The phone call from Pittsburgh comes in. You say, hello, my name is Jay Schwartz. How can I help you? I'm interested in finding out about our project. Well, let me let you know, Mr. Jones, that you are number 7 in queue. I want to take down all your information. And basically what I'm saying is that whoever answers the phone is able to access the building department's information and find out where they're at. In the event that you do get the voicemail, how about providing an email address in order to get some information? Upgrading the website in general, we have an interface on the front page which is fantastic, but there's many more opportunities we have. And I'd like to thank the city manager for getting the live streaming on the internet. That's just the first step to go ahead and get more public access. Providing,
Thank the wrong guy. Thank the wrong guy.
Well, you know I've been asking for it for a while now, so thank you. Providing as much transparency of the permitting process on the web is imperative. Right now, you have to have the folio number. Just type in the address. It should just pop up for you. Again, take a look at Hollywood, take a look at Fort Lauderdale. Improve the development, processing, and permitting times. Now, we looked at this from the from staff's perspective, from legal's perspective, and one of the things that mentioned earlier about tweaking our board was, is it necessary to have counsel? This is an area that we were able to lean on counsel with respect to finding the answers as far as notifications, so we can go ahead and use our time as efficiently as possible to bring back you the quality report that hopefully you'll see. And basically what we're saying is looking for ways to reduce time frame associated with the development process, specifically reduce sign and legal ad noticing requirements to 7 days, and remove the 30-day requirement from the neighboring association notices. Now, for the homeowners association presidents out there, I have to tell you that we are in no way infringing on your rights to know what's going on in your neighborhood. I cannot stress it enough to let you know that the Economic Development Board wants the residents to know exactly what's going on. In the same time, we need to make that process more efficient and more effective to go ahead and make sure that we can go ahead and move forward with creating jobs in this community. Allowing the Planning and Zoning Board to have final approval of site plans in order to reduce development approval period and provide more expedited process, and review the city's hours of operations, including being closed on Fridays. Finally, under amendments to code, we as a board are bringing forward our recommendations. Hopefully the P&Z will go ahead and endorse, but I cannot stress to you the importance of asking P&Z to bring forward these recommendations, either an up or a down, whether they agree or not, as quickly as possible. One being signs. Review how much signage is allowed per tenant. Currently, the sign code does not allow enough signs for junior and anchor tenants. The square footage of signs should be proportional to the size of bay of building. Allow signs to use standard formats such as 24-inch or 30-inch, not the 23 inches currently in play, and customized sizes may increase costs for businesses. There was a question as far as variances. The number one variance for the commercial properties is signage size. So this is one area that we can go ahead and clean up and make it a little bit easier for everyone. Allow additional ground signs for large shopping centers, possibly at each entrance, and remove logo percentage restriction. Parking, create an overlay district on the east side redevelopment area with reduced parking requirements for shopping centers to improve vacancies. And finally, I'd like to thank the Landscape Advisory Board for bringing forth the following recommendations that we support, and that's to create an educational program for shopping centers to improve tree maintenance so we don't have the western beef issue again. Create a commercial tree canopy program that exceeds county standards to encourage canopy replacement. Create and allow landscaping view corridors for shopping centers. Make wide parking islands and medians to accommodate trees with a larger canopy. Encourage a tree bank program for commercial projects. Review the tree removal permitting process from commercial properties and create guidelines for landscaping on the east side. And with that, I want to thank the Commission for you giving me the time today to bring this forward to you, and welcome any questions or comments.
Mr. Schwartz, I want to thank you for that report. I couldn't agree with you more on everything you've said. No answering machines in City Hall. Mr. Dodge, we may have to look at this about a switchboard operator. I know we have volunteers when you call a 6500 number. When you call the mayor's office after 6, you get my voice and it says, we are closed, and, you know.
And I got you last night, and that's the truth, yes.
And
yeah.
Because I don't like answering machines, nor does this commission. And I know what you're talking about in the building department because I've called them myself. All of those things, you and your, in my opinion, hopefully the other commission, all of the things you said from your committee are right on board. And that's what we should be doing. Business friendly, expedited permits. We've said that many, many times. You know, so hopefully we're going to be able to put this together.
Mayor?
Yes.
On expedited permits, Mr. Manager, I don't know if you've seen your email, but I just sent you a resolution that the Broward Alliance put together,
I've seen it.
and I don't know whether it's possible. I'd love for you to take a look at it and see if
We-
there's some way that we can do it.
Well, we
They-
had a presentation made to the City Managers Association about that.
Same thing?
Yeah, and they made a presentation to us. And
I'd love to be one of the cities that can say that they've joined the Broward Alliance in becoming business friendly by it's the one thing they've asked us to do, and it's expedited permitting. It's just fascinating. We spend a lot of time here, the businesses can't make it, but they have a point of view. You just got to go out and get it. They're not going to come here and give it to you. But when you ask them, here's what they tell us. Streamline this process. It's too many committees. The signage is a problem, and you need to expedite permitting. We hear it over and over and over again. Don't take it for granted. That's what they want. Just give it to them.
Mayor, there was...
Well, let me just say before I do that. Signage issue is another issue. We've got a uniform sign code in the city. And you know, we've gone over this business signs. Every business, I just saw some today, right, JT's, you go behind JT's, there's a massage banner. That's against our code?
No. We don't want to do. We don't want.
Well, that's what happens.
We don't want to do ugly things.
Okay. Commissioner Seipel, we're getting close. We've got one more speaker. Mr. Wodashinsky's been here.
We're very
Go ahead.
very close. I just want to say that we talked, it was brought up at the meeting that you had, the economic development meeting that you had with the property managers and some of the business about the permitting process and trying to expedite it. And it's something that we have talked about. I know that I've had some discussion, City Manager, we've had some discussion several years back even on a way to try to expedite that process. And what kept coming up was to designate a lead person or a liaison or what have you that would take that permit from that application from the minute it came in the door, and that would be their little baby, and they would follow it all the way through the process. So it never gets stagnant anywhere, and they just would keep that until it finally was over, and they would be the one that someone would call. They would be the ones to make sure that, you know, if you were supposed to review this portion of it and 2 days was allocated for you to do it, that it happened in 2 days. And that was a very good way, and they were all like, yeah, they do that in some other places, and it really works well. So I'm hoping that can be some of the discussion that we have as well on doing some of this expediting business, because it has been proven to work.
And when Wilma hit the city, when we had the fence permits, the pool permits, the roof permits, when I would go down to the building department, they were out the door.
Yeah.
And we had a problem, and I addressed the city manager, and we took care of it. The building department, as good as they are, people would wait in line. By the time they get to where you say, well, you don't have to wait. You don't come to this when you go over there. So I said, why can't we have an information desk telling these people they don't have to wait in line? We did that. We had them come in on Saturdays. We never had that before. To get through that problem, and we got through it through a a way that we all put it together to do it. We've got to be a business-friendly city. Got to be. Okay. Mr. Schwartz, again, thank you very much.